Hold on.
Okay.
Mio, 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 la, 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 la.
I can't believe. You know what? I actually slept
60.
until. Well, I got up at.
This is a countdown.
I woke up at
This
like
is Slade and
2:15.
Mason
Oh,
show.
got
no.
up, and I saw it's 2:15.
continues
So I went
to
back to bed.
count down to the Slade and
I
Mason
got up at
show.
6:45,
49,
and that is the
48,
latest that I have slept
countdown
since I've been
to the
here.
Slade and
Uh-oh.
Mason show. 45, 44.
Must be getting comfortable.
He's counting.
42,
Must be doing something right.
Slade and
Oh my
Mason
God.
show.
Okay, let me see here.
38, right, 37. You're listening to the countdown. 35, Slade and Mason show. 33,
Oh, I can't. Oh,
You're
I'll
listening
talk
to the
about
countdown.
the Christmas story
Mason show.
song music.
27, 26.
Oh yes,
about
that's
that?
right. I have to do one of those too.
I got to tell you what happened. You know, when we did the Carmine's music.
Show. 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17. Stand by. 16. As
Oh,
are now
we got hit.
entering the countdown to the Slade and Mason show. 12. 11. Yes. 10. This is our countdown to the Slade and Mason.
And we've been
7,
running that thing for 10
I
years.
know.
5.
I know.
4.
Oh,
We finally getting caught.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
1.
Oh my God, it's back!
Oh, we'll talk about that too.
Now broadcasting.
We're broadcasting.
From the Dan Mason Studios, deep in the heart of Virginia. It's the Slade and Mason Show.
Quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. 10 more seconds.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
And this is the Slade and Mason Show.
Well, good morning.
Amazing how we hit that cue every week.
It's amazing. And people quickly turn off as soon as they go, oh, this music sucks, man. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
glad
listen,
you stuck
I'm
with
gonna
us.
tell you, I got my little tablet here, so it's like because you always say something that will spur something, and then by the time it gets around to me, I forget.
Children, this is what hallucinogenic drugs will do to you. Just say no.
I got to tell you this too. It's like because I just happened to hear myself during the opening,
Mhm.
and it's like anybody who's standing outside my door.
I'm sure Mrs. Kravitz sitting there with a cup to her ear going, I'm listening to this fellow. Oh, my arthritis is killing me. I'm going to topple over. I've fallen and I can't get up. All right. Now,
All right, stop that.
all right.
We've already gone off the rails, man.
You started it. All right. This is the Slade and Mason Show. This is the Slade and Mason Show. Okay. Now, if this is a
We're
podcast.
gonna get dinged.
This podcast is all about you and us.
Mostly about us.
I liken it. Ooh, how about that? I liken it to a radio program.
I can see where in your demented state you might believe such a thing,
Where-
but you know,
we're
if you
gonna-
listen carefully, you will find that it is not like
We
any
are
radio
going
show.
to now we are going to share with you stories and things we see throughout the week. It's going to be our take on it, but realistically,
chill.
it's just that it's not like anything you'd ever hear on the radio because they won't allow it. The program director will come over and they break the glass with like a fire extinguisher, and they get the cops to jump through the glass, and they grab and they snap the
Drag it out,
cans off your
hands
head, and you're grabbing the microphone, go save me, I'm being taken off the air. So.
And then here's what's here.
We're experiencing operating difficulties. Please stand by. Anyway, well, look, we're just trying to have some fun. Don't take it all too seriously. All the music you're listening to in the background is brought to you by Dana Music, unless we tell you otherwise, which we will do at the break. And that's why we got caught a lot of times. There is a picture from Instagram back in 2016. There's a couple of pictures from Twitter, which is now X. And then there's 2 from 2024 on Meta and Facebook. And God willing, maybe today, another one from 2025. We'll see. Anyway, now, let's see. If you're enjoying what you're listening to, or if you have any questions, or you want to leave comments, there's an area where
Dial
you can go down
911.
No, we're fine. Look, we're just trying to have some fun. Don't take it too seriously. Hey, as always, it brought to you by Icy Something Icy Treats. We'll talk about that at the break. But this is the part of the show where we do go off the rails a little bit, and JD becomes white and puts on his Andy Rooney pants, and he starts complaining about the weather, or he'll complain about, soggy mashed potatoes. What's the matter? Why do people eat these things? Okay, so we're gonna hand the microphone over to JD, and he's gonna put his pants up to his chest, just like Andy Rooney does, and put the tie that's only 2.5 inches long. And he's going to share with us his Sunday morning observation. Now that you have that picture of JD in your head, you never get rid of it.
I cannot unsee this. Oh, God. All right. Years ago, I used the term, and I said, I'm going to become one of those. Because I had a friend, his name was
curmudgeon?
Yes, that's the word.
There you go.
Curmudgeon.
You're Andy Rooney. You're curmudgeon.
And Richard was, no matter how good things would be, he could always see the turd in the middle of the stew. Really. So I have now graduated to emeritus status.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm now starting to sound more curmudgeon than I like, but I have to do it because it feels good.
I have a theory behind it, but that's okay.
Let me tell you what I'm going to attack, because it's like we are coming up on the most gluttonous holiday ever, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what's going to happen on Thanksgiving is a lot of people are going to gather who do not like each other, and they're going to be sitting across from a table at each other. And someone is going to say, you know what, president, and that's going to start the war.
Oh, man.
And this particular year, it's going to be messy. So please, here's why I say it is better to be alone on Thanksgiving. Look, where does the dress code is elastic waistband mandatory? And the only person judging me is the smoke detector.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who claims that Thanksgiving is about family clearly has not been around their family for more than 11 consecutive minutes in the last decade, because let me tell you, solitude is a blessing. Better being alone on Thanksgiving is basically winning the life's lottery without having to file the taxes afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain why. No travel, the ultimate miracle. You ever notice on Thanksgiving, the entire world suddenly decides to drive the same time? It's like somebody yelled, first one to a traffic jam wins.
Yes.
Meanwhile, if you're alone, no packing. No, we have to leave by 5. No driving 80 miles through the fog, rain, sleet, and your cousin Gary's text messages asking if you can pick up just one more bag of ice. Now, nope. If you're alone on Thanksgiving, you walk from your bed to your kitchen. That's it. Your commute is 8 steps and a mile grown.
I agree.
You get the food you actually want. Peanut butter and jelly. I'm telling you. Thanksgiving with family means eating whatever the aunt who hates spices made. Dry turkey, check. Mashed potatoes that taste like regret.
Oh, there we go again.
Thank you. Check. Green bean casserole with 2006 expiration date mushrooms. Absolutely. But if you're alone, you get to make exactly what you want. Turkey, don't want it? Then don't make it. Eat nachos. Eat pizza. Eat cereal straight out of the box. Hey, make Thanksgiving a charcuterie board of nothing but chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs.
There you go.
And whatever the hell your heart desires.
Yeah.
And the best part, no one can judge you. You can microwave your entire meal, and there's no one there to say, is that instant stuffing? Yes, it is, Linda, and it's moist, unlike your personality.
Oh.
Ooh, we're getting ugly here. Listen,
Yeah.
0 weird questions from relatives. That's the biggest thing. Being alone on Thanksgiving means that you get to skip the annual interrogation section. Are you dating anyone? When are you getting married? When are you having kids? Why do you retired? What do you do again? And is that your real hairline? My relatives are such a pain. But when you're alone, the only questions you hear are the ones your TV asks during commercials. Are you dealing with moderate to severe plaque or psoriasis? Not today, but thank you.
Do you have
get
restless leg
eat
syndrome?
quiet and zero family members trying to psychoanalyze your life choices between bites of stuffing.
Yeah.
You control the TV, and this is huge.
Oh, yeah.
At family Thanksgivings, someone always wants to watch the parade. Someone else wants to watch football. Someone else insists on putting on a Hallmark movie where a woman leaves her millionaire fiance to date a guy who makes candles in a barn.
I want to watch March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yeah. But when you're alone, and you'll have to rent that if you have to, or you'll have to pull it offline because it's like
Yeah.
nobody's carrying it regularly
I
anymore.
know.
Not even PIX.
I know.
But when you're alone, guess what?
But
You are the master of the remote. You can flip between football, movies, and that show you secretly watch at 2 a.m. where people organize pantries with glass jars. You could even watch Lifetime all day long and no one can say a damn thing. You can yell at the screen. You can rewind the part where the turkey mascot slips and falls 15 times. Total freedom. You get to wear whatever you want. As a matter of fact, I'm just looking at my outfit right now. Yeah, this is probably what I'll be wearing.
Nice
family
hoodie.
Thanksgiving outfit. Look at jeans that you haven't worn since last Christmas,
Mhm.
and a shirt that still has a Goodwill tag on it.
Mhm.
Alone Thanksgiving outfit: pajamas, sweatpants, bathrobes, slippers, or a blanket cape. And if you want to eat cranberry sauce dressed like a Jedi, no one can stop you. You get the good seat because there are no other seats. You ever go to a family Thanksgiving and you sit down in the comfy recliner, and then suddenly here comes your uncle like, "Hey, that's my chair." Your chair. You weren't even in the room for the last hour. You don't get to claim furniture like it's 1849 and your stake in land. When you're alone, every chair is your chair. Every cushion is your cushion. The recliner, the couch, the floor, the dog's bed. Hell, just rotate every 20 minutes like you're doing a Thanksgiving tour of luxury. Leftovers belong to you and only you. At family Thanksgiving, leftovers are the Hunger Games. People are elbowing each other over Tupperware. Your cousin walks out with the entire ham like it's a newborn baby. Someone takes all the rolls. Another person fills a gallon Ziploc with mac and cheese like they're smuggling gold across the border. But alone, leftovers are unlimited. You can eat Thanksgiving food for the next 4 days like a king in sweatpants.
Or eating pants.
Yes. You can avoid the family drama. And if there's one Thanksgiving guarantee besides just indigestion, it is drama. Every family has that one person who is guaranteed to bring it. Now, the uncle who wants to argue politics with the gravy boat in his hand. The cousin who had 2 Bud Lights and suddenly believes that he's a philosopher. The aunt who starts crying because she misses the old mashed potatoes. When you're alone, there's no drama. If something gets spilled, you did it, so you can't get mad.
That's right.
If something goes wrong, you caused it, so you can't pretend that it was sabotage. And the silence is therapeutic. You can eat as much as you want without witnesses. Ever go back to the thirds of a family gathering? You know, you've had your second, now you're going for third.
Yeah.
And people look at you like you're training for the competitive eating Olympics.
That's right.
When you're alone, you can shovel in mashed potatoes like you're fueling a rocket. You can eat half a pie with a fork the size of a snow shovel. You can stand in front of the fridge at 9:37 p.m. and eat cold stuffing like a burglar. You can be free, a wild animal in its natural habitat.
Drink some gravy on top of
it. After Thanksgiving, no goodbyes. You see, family goodbyes take hours. And you have a very good example of this. Of course, you went to a memorial that lasted for hours. Everybody puts on their coat, and then they talk in the doorway for 45 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then someone says, we should do this more often, which is a lie. And then someone else brings up something from 1984. And then more hugging, then the Tupperware argument. Then someone forgets their purse. Then someone brings up leftovers again. And then they walk to their car, talk another 20 minutes through the window, and then they leave.
No,
Well,
no, no, no,
when
no, no,
you're
no.
alone-
First, they had another glass of wine. Then they.
That's right. There you go. And but when you're alone,
Mhm.
goodbye is just closing Netflix and going to bed.
That's right.
In conclusion, folks,
Yeah.
being alone on Thanksgiving isn't sad. It's peaceful. It's freedom. It's the ultimate holiday power move. Now, when everyone else is fighting over turkey legs, parking spots, and who insulted who in 1993, you're on your couch in your comfort clothes, king or queen of your castle,
Mhm.
ruler of the thermostat, master of leftovers, champion of nags, right?
Yes.
And a champion of naps. Thanksgiving alone is not a tragedy. Thanksgiving alone is the purest form of holiday joy. And for those of you looking for it, I certainly wish you were to have that pure holiday joy this coming Thanksgiving.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Hey, like I said, listen, the last 10 Thanksgivings have been so blissful.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that offline. But anyway, here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. This is it.
I know what's coming next, ladies and gentlemen, because for those of you who are new to this program, we've got our fingers on the pulse of everything that's going on, including artificial intelligence, which is the bane to our society. But every week, my partner, he goes through and he digs through the dirt, goes through the ground, underground to find something in that wide, wide world called the internet. And, of course, he comes back with us every week with a special report. We call it our AI report. And with our special artificial intelligence reporter, here is Dan Mayson.
Well, thank you, Andy Rooney. Appreciate the introduction. Oh boy. Well, most of the stories in the news today are AI. So I just want to pull a few of them out, just for fun.
And tell us exactly when we're going to hell.
Oh boy. All right. So there are people, these are people who make AI. They go through the models, they train them, they build them, they build little splinters off of them. There are platforms like Amazon's Mechanical Turk, where the people, T as in Tom, U as in Oliver, R as in Robert, K as in K. Turk. Anyway, so here's the problem. She's going through, and there was a term, and it looks like AI has filtered it out, but apparently it was like ba 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 ba. It was, I want to say, I hope I'm not offending anybody. Moon singing. Anyway, apparently that is a derogatory. It's a racial slur. And she was ready.
Is a racial slur?
Moon singing or moon singer. Apparently, it's a very, 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 very old term for.
You mean older than Andy Rooney?
Yeah, older than Andy Rooney for African Americans, and it's a derogatory. I've never heard of it before.
Wait a minute.
So wait. So, anyway, let me finish. So she was ready to go. Is this a slur? Yes or no? And she said she was ready to hover over and go no, because she's one of those people who filters in by hand. And she went and Googled it and said, yeah, it's considered a derogatory. And I'm like, I've never heard of it. She's never heard of it. But she's thinking to herself, like, how many other people have not heard this term? And she's given it a thumbs up. Right? And that's the problem. She's at the point now where she's like, don't trust AI. It's got bad filtering. It's got crap brought into you by people who don't know what the hell they're doing. So be afraid of it. Also, fun story. This week, Cloudflare, which does like all the server stuff on the back end, died. and apparently that's linked to all the AI networks. And we lost 20% of the internet this week. On Tuesday morning, you couldn't get to Facebook, you couldn't get to your bank accounts, you couldn't get to Amazon.
When was this?
This was Tuesday. You missed it. That's okay.
Yeah, I certainly did.
Well, you were watching Green Acres. That's okay. So
that's not what I was watching.
even Even ChatGPT and Grindr were offline, JD. So that's really bad, okay?
Wow.
So
Yeah, that is sad.
yeah, they apologized. It was a software glitch, and they promised not to have that happen again. So we should be just fine.
Last words, yeah.
Yeah. Now, AI and Gmail are close buddies, and apparently it is automatically... Now, I want you to know that you may or may not know this, but AI is running out of places to read. They've read every book that's ever been published. They've read every single magazine. They've read every little tweet and everything that's ever on the internet except your personal email. So this past week, Gmail thought it'd be a really great idea to turn on the Gmail smart features. And the smart features now gives Google permission, and it's auto set automatically to be on. Like you have to go in and turn it off. Good luck. So that's that problem. The last story is just a constant reminder, boys and girls. You know, it isn't like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in the AI stays in AI, and it never goes away.
That's
so,
exactly right.
That's okay. Now, do you know about Subnautica?
I'm afraid not.
Okay. So Subnautica is this, it's a free service. You can certainly buy credits to get past certain levels, or you could just play the game for 36 hours straight and then finally get there. What it is Subnautica is where you have landed on an alien island, an alien planet, and it's kind of Earth-like-ish, kind of. So, but you have to find copper, you have to find steel, you have to find food, and you basically have to survive until the mothership comes in and brings you back to Earth. Now, they're working on Subnautica 2, and the CEO went through and was basically having a conversation with ChatGPT, uploading the contract it has with all the engineers and going, hey, how do I get out of paying the $200 million to these people? And Chat's like, dude, there is no way to get around this. This is an ironclad contract. Yeah, but how would I get around it? If I had to get around it, what could I use? Well, you could do this and this and this and this and this. Could I make it so I could rework? So, okay. So, and of course, that was found. So the CEO is in deep doo-doo. Look, guys, remember, what goes in AI stays in AI and never comes out again. So be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Like when you're at court. Your Honor, I have this disclosure. Oh, crap.
Yep. Done.
That's what happens. What was the other one? That was that one. Yeah, we're not doing that story. Okay. So that's what's going on with AI this week, boys and girls. Very scary. Very annoying.
Afraid.
Oh, my God.
Very, very afraid.
Now, last week, we spoke about the grand re-arrival of Is Back! Oh, boy. So some enterprising young fellow, I won't mention his name, apparently did some research, and he went and he got rolls that are very similar in shape to these, and he sprayed them with Pam, and he put some sprinkly sesame seeds on top, which is not what they have on top of the McRib, by the way. It's actually like cornmeal on top because of that little crunchy biteness. And the McRibs are much bigger this year.
That's because they had more garbage that they could get out of the meat byproducts.
That's right. Like I said, so a basic meal is $9 to get a McRib, fries, and a Coke. $9. $9. You're working minimum wage. How long do you have to work before you can get that meal? Yeah. All right. So
you got to work that full hour, man.
right. And how much is the $12 Pepto-Bismol that you have to chug down after you've had that?
I got to tell you, it's like, I mean, I live this freewheeling bachelor life, you know, it's like lots of things going on in my crib and, parties are just nonstop. So yesterday I decided, I don't know what made me buy it, but a couple of weeks ago, I bought a 12-pack. No, it was it might have been a 16-pack. No, it was an 8-pack.
Okay.
Of Oscar Mayer hot dogs with chili and cheese filling.
Okay, it's actually not so bad, except the Oscar Mayer part.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because like I say, it all went down very easily, and and I was thinking,
oh yeah,
man, I'm gonna pay for this one. So yes, I had 2 of them. They're little dogs, so, and I thought, boy, that tasted like 2 more. I did the 2 more. Now I finished the second 2 about 5:30
this morning.
No.
I was gonna say we better wrap this up
because like I say, and I was up until about 9:30, and you know why? Because I was waiting. I just knew that it was gonna get in there and declare war on my intestines, and we were gonna go to battle. Well, guess what? Didn't happen. Hey, it's like I woke up. As a matter of fact, I told you I slept. I slept longer this morning than I have slept since I have been in this new house.
So you digested that?
I did,
and survived.
I survived.
Wow.
Not even any regurgitation. Not even any that bubbly stuff that comes up and you feel a burp and you think you're gonna throw up. No, none of that either.
That means your body said I needed this level of protein, and it's sucking it up. And it's eradicating it from your system and putting it into your bloodstream and making you stronger and able to deliver on those Schwarzenegger. It is like bull. I want to eat more hot dogs. Hot dogs very good for you, and Boris. Boris, get me a hot dog with you, would you?
It's like, hey, Dano.
Yeah.
You and I are old.
We're not 18 anymore.
But you
remember that?
I just have this, and I just sent this to you so that you will have this. But here it is, 55 years later, and we're still listening to 60s music.
Oh yeah, I know. But baby, you hear Led Zeppelin.
Again, like I say, I connect with my partner a couple of about 15 minutes before we actually do the show, and this morning I come in and he's like, "Hey, you really ought to play this on your other show."
It's this very obscure recording, and he has decided, yep, we're gonna do it. Yep.
Now here's the thing. Now, for those of you who do not know, I do a 3-hour country show.
It's in the link in the description. You can click it.
And so when he said this, I thought about it at first, and I thought, no. But then the more I thought about it,
it's a great rockabilly tune.
It is, and you know what else I'm gonna get to? What is that song? I cannot remember, but it's like,
wow,
this is really, really, really rowdy.
Well, remember, you can't do Rock and Roll #1 by Gary Glitter, so don't even think.
I don't even like Gary Glitter, so
don't do it. You can not allowed to. Anyway, so what I was getting at was, it's expensive. You can't buy the McRib because it is uber expensive. So what you can do,
considering what that is.
Yeah, we're not quite sure what's in it, but here's what you can do. Apparently, Banquet sells, quote unquote, barbecued boneless patties that look real surprisingly like the first generation McRibs. So they're a lot smaller.
You're actually palming off Banquet.
Yep. So what you
That's why it's $9.
Yeah. So what you could do is you can buy one of these and you bring them home and you open up the package and you microwave it and you follow the instructions. And basically for $6, you've got like $6.50. You got 6 of these little mini boneless barbecue patties. And I'm thinking, in the interest of science, I might do this for the group here. And I'll get back to you next Sunday if I'm not still on the toilet. And yeah, so basically what they did was they got the same thing. And you know McDonald's is microwaving these from frozen anyway. So
Oh God,
yeah.
yes.
So
No,
what they do is they microwave it, they put it into the bun, they take the plastic container that was microwaved and they're pouring the barbecue sauce that's been loaded in there from Banquet, and it's smoky flavored. And then they put raw onions and a couple of pickles on it and they eat it. They're like, this is so much better. I'm like, define better. What do you mean better? I mean, better than a
$3 more.
Let's see. You know what? I think a cinder block to the head is so much better than a kick from a horse in the head. So if you're talking like that kind of better,
let's not try and find out.
Yeah, let's not go
That's
there.
one of those mysteries that we really don't need to know.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's the or you know what? Maybe we'll do a road trip. I'll bring it to your and the two of us will go ahead.
And unlike my mystery with my hot dogs with chili and cheese, we're probably going to get a different result. A totally different result.
How are you with mechanically expressed beef?
I just love the terms they use when they, when they're
Mechanically
finding a way to
separated?
screw up beef.
Yeah, why can't they just say this thing was stripped by a steamroller?
This is actually roadkills, of course, approved by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, God. All right. Well, on that note, we'll be right back after these very, very, very important messages. So don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Thank goodness for this break. Sadly, however, we will return to the Slade and Mayson Show.
Uh-oh. The hot dog just caught me. Bye. Only kidding.
Today in history, November 23rd, 534 BC. Thespius of Acaria becomes the first recorded actor to portray a character on stage. Reviews came in as, well, his portrayal of Abraham Lincoln were passable. 1174, Saladin enters Damascus and adds it to his own domain. So remember, if you need to get a hold of him, it's Saladin at Damascus.com. 1889. The very first jukebox goes into operation at the Palace Royal Saloon in San Francisco. Quirky little device. You put a nickel in, put some earbuds in, and you gotta crank the wheel to get it to work. Leave it to San Francisco to make you pay to listen to music and do the exercising at the same time. 1976. Alpinist Jacques Mayer is the first man to reach a depth of 100 meters undersea without breathing equipment. That's an interesting little trick. Kind of hard to do at dinner parties, though. And finally, 2013, BBC series Doctor Who celebrates 50 years with a special episode that's simulcast around the world on TV and selected cinemas in 3D, starring Matt Smith, David Tennant, John Hurt, and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. Wait a minute, that's not right. I'm Dan Mason, and that's November 23rd. Don't waste your time going to Mackey's or Brimley's. You'll wind up having to go to the dunny for 20 minutes after eating. Their meat can be a dead dodgy. Plus, you'll be risking needing to take a sickie. If you're looking to get your evening tea, you need to set your eyes on a Joey burger from Pouchies, fresh from the Outback. Pouchies. We don't like to call them roadkill. We like to call it nature's reclamation. We have spotters all throughout Australia, spotting a downed boomer or flyer within moments of getting hit by a Yuri. The roos are dropped into a giant-sized stubby holder packed with ice and then aired to our facility for processing. The meat is lean, delicious, and really good for you. So if you're ready for the best tasting burger that'll have you returning to us faster than a twice-chucked boomerang, come on down to Pouchies for an amazing Joey burger. Fresh from the road? Come on down to Pouchies. You'll be glad you did.
romance always must begin in June. Tales in magazines have all their scenes of love laid in a garden neath the moon. But I don't miss that kind of bliss. What I want is this: a cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. A cozy corner, a table for two. A half an hour to cuddle and cool, with lots of loving and kissing in view. I don't need music, lobster and wine, whenever your eyes look into mine. The things I long for are simple and few: a cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. If it is because you can't afford more sandwiches and coffee, we will share. But if it's to help you save and hoard more, I can plainly see how much you care. If I were you, flirting with me, my advance would be: I've got 1,000 and nothing to do. I'd like to spend it or lend it to you. I know I'm reckless, but you are some girl. Don't use that necklace, I'll buy every pearl. Oh, Mr. Lion, I take a chance, perhaps for coffee, but not romance. The thing I long for are fewer than few. It isn't coffee or sandwich, it's you.
Sorry
I
about
do that pretty well.
but now we must return you to the Slade and Mayson Show.
The heck?
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
All right, that was a cup of coffee, a sandwich. Oh wait,
And
cup-
you.
wait, let me get it right. A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you, by Dick Henderson, for today being National Espresso Day. I want to ask you, where did these? I'll get to I See Something, I See Trees for a second, but all those old recordings, they all roll their first heavy consonants. Why? What the heck was going on back in the 20s?
They thought it sounded proper. They thought it sounded good. It elevated them from the normal speak.
I was reminded
Yes.
last Thursday that the
It was a
dog
tragic accident.
thought it was most inefficient of them to proceed.
They didn't speak English then either. So, because who do you find today who talks like people did in the 30s?
No one. They's all dead.
No one. Yeah, they're all dead. Yeah, again, like I said. Hey, listen, mug. Hey, you mug. You. Hey, mug. Hey, I tell you.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right, so this portion of the Slade and Mason Show is brought to you. Oh, do we? Yeah, we did that. All right, National Espresso Day. So go have a cup of espresso.
I don't like espresso.
Too
It's
bad.
like I think that's like battery acid.
Just add more sugar. All right, this portion of the Slade and Mason Show is brought to you by Icy Southern Icy. Then you got an Americana. What is Icy Southern Icy Treats? I'll tell you what it is. It's my buddy Sheila
It is
and
the
her husband
business
Al.
that is owned by the finest woman, finest looking
Calm
woman
down.
in this part of the Mississippi.
down.
I tell you,
Calm down.
that Sheila is
Calm down.
Dumb, yum.
Calm down.
Oh.
Calm down. Take
Hi,
a
Al.
He's standing over you, breathing through his nose.
Yeah, it's like it's warm. This warm. I mean, it's like it's actually burning the back of my neck. I was only kidding, man.
My. All right. So I See Something, I See Treats is an offering by Al and Sheila. And it is a big red truck, which they've outfitted being red, And what they've done is they've got these 2 big ice shredding machines, and these machines will take a block of ice and a slowly rotating blade will come across it and scrape the bottom of it and create this beautiful snowfall into an awaiting goblet. Now, how it works is you go up and you'll see a window on the right-hand side, and you go up and you look at the 40 some odd different flavors of different things you can get. You can even get like squirts on there to make it sour. Like kids like the sour stuff on their treats. You can put gummy worms on there, and the gummy worms will instantly get icy cold and fracture, and then you can bite down and go see.
And then, of course, the American Dental Association says, please do those often.
Yes, including the spritz of the sour, because that actually is acid and burns the enamel off your teeth as well. So, but in any event, it's delicious. It's delicious. Now, everything in moderation, okay? Meth, everything in moderation, These are things you don't want to have too much of, right? You just want to is that heroin? Yeah. Oh, may I? Sure.
But you know what? Hey, didn't you say that, over the course and during the off season, which is never off, that that Sheila has been like looking at other things to maybe increase
perhaps. Yeah. But I think they've quickly discovered that sticking to the knitting seems to be working. So
hey, you know what? You find your niche. Yep. Get in there and dig deep.
That's right. So if you have a birthday party, a memorial, a corporate event, a fundraiser, look, if anything's happening and you want something different, give them a call at 804-617-8827. See if they got some time in the books right now. Yes, we are getting into the season where it gets a little bit colder, but it's a lot of fun having like a New Year's party, and you can go out there. They'll serve you the treats. If you want to put a drizzle of vodka on top of that or some peppermint schnapps, have at it, okay? But yeah, give them a call, 804-617-8827. You can also visit them on the website. They're at www.iceysomethin.
Leave off that G, for goodness sake.
icey.com, Instagram, Facebook, they're basically everywhere. Give them a call, 804-617-8827, 804-617-8827. 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did. You only do 3, man.
Why you trying 3? I could be annoying. That's why, because I'd like to be annoying. So you know about these data centers?
What's a data center?
Data centers.
Oh, yeah. That's big. That's big news, man, in this area.
All right. So apparently, England gets really, really, really cold in the wintertime. Okay, they have these jet streams that comes piling off the Canadian weather right when winter shows up. It gets massively cold. All right, now there's this fellow, Terrence and Leslie Bridges from Essex.
Of course, his name is Leslie. Yeah,
of course, or it's Terrence. I don't know.
Yes,
it's hard to tell.
Oh, Leslie.
It's hard for me to tell you because they just say Mr. Bridges. So I don't Oh my gosh. So here's what they've done. They've decided they're going to put a data center in his home. And what they've done is they've swapped it out for the gas boiler. So what he's done is, I don't know if you remember way back when, but you would basically boil water. It would go up through these steam systems up into radiators.
Make all that noise in the radiator. Clang, 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 clang,
yeah,
clang.
but you and I remember that. A lot of people don't know that. But here's what happens. You have these cast iron pipes. They're up through the walls, and they go into everybody's rooms, and they go into these large vessels that are also cast iron, and they disperse this steam, and the steam heats up the cast iron, and it radiates off there, okay? Now, nowadays, people use gas boilers. So they're purchasing gas, and they're heating up the water, which again turns the steam, yada, 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 back up to the whole deal. So what they're doing now is they've installed these data centers, which get stupid freaking hot. I mean,
in other words,
Jiminy.
it's there was a place in Culpeper. It was a hotel, and I stayed there for a while, and they had that steam heat.
Yes.
And the problem is that if it gets too warm, it takes forever.
Oh,
to cool down.
Yes, it does. Yeah, cast iron holds its heat for hours and hours. That's why it's chosen, because it retains heat. Because you can have it running for a few minutes, gets rocket hot, and you get the room nice and warm for a long time. But you're right.
Data centers generate a lot. As a matter of fact,
of
there's a story in Culpeper where one of the data centers, number one, it's noisy
Mhm.
and it's hot.
Mhm. Well, he's going to have these fans running 24/7 down in his basement, and he's gotten his energy bill down from 375 pounds down to $40 a pound because of this one unit showing up. And the data centers love it because now they've got this free system where they don't have to worry about dispersing the heat. It's now being pushed off through his system. He's replaced his gas boiler. Bingity, bingity, bangity, boom. You need some hot water. You go take a shower.
Why does this sound like something that Dan Mason is going to be trying in the next year or so?
Hell no, because I'm thinking, dude, summer's going to be a bitch.
Yes, sir, boy, because, hey, the heat's going to keep generating.
When he finds out someone it's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh, my God. But I saved $362. So apparently he has to do it because his wife, or where to go here? They talk about it a little bit. They have
He's trying to find a nice word.
I'm trying to find the word. They mentioned at the beginning a bone disorder that hurts when it gets a little bit cold.
It's called arthritis.
Oh, here we go. Spinal stenosis. That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't sound good.
That's the second cousin to spina bifida.
There you go. All right. So guess what?
What?
I got to play the music.
Oh!
Where is it? Where's my...
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are coming up on Thanksgiving, the feast or famine holiday, listen, times are hard. And the last couple of weeks, I have been giving you helpful hints on how to serve Thanksgiving and have a cheap as dirt Thanksgiving idea. I call this the broke man's Thanksgiving feast. Now, this is a culinary disaster so cheap, even Dollar General says, damn. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Thanksgiving budget is tighter than your aunt's jeans after she discovered air fryers. But fear not, I've uncovered a recipe so cheap, so resourceful, so downright questionable that it can only be invented by a man who looked in his fridge and said, well, something in here better be edible. Let's go with the 683 Thanksgiving classer. That's the casserole. You get a can of Spam. That's the turkey of the financially challenged. Box of generic stovetop that only cost 89 cents because the box was dented. A bag of frozen mixed vegetables that have been in your freezer since Obama was in office.
Mm-hmm.
A splash of anything liquid, water, milk, beer, tears, and optional, that McDonald's honey pocket that you've been tubing since 2019.
Ew, I didn't know they made those anymore. That's gross.
All right, now listen. Here are your instructions, if you can call them that. Dice the Spam, not into cubes, not into slices. Just hack away at it like you're reenacting a crime documentary. Cook the stuffing. Oh, or don't. Honestly, it's going in a casserole dish where everything ends up in the same texture, so wet-based sadness.
Sadness. There we go. That's the other trigger word.
Dump in the frozen vegetables.
Uh-huh.
Don't thaw 'em. That's a luxury that we ain't thawing things until 2026. Mix it all together. Add your liquid of shame until it looks like something that you could legally classify as food.
Shame.
Bake at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes or until the smoke alarm goes off. Serve hot or cold or directly to your dog and then start praying. But wait, there is a side dish. The cranberry surprise.
Ew.
Open can, plop onto a plate, walk away. That can-shaped gelatin cylinder comes out, shivering like it knows that it should be here. You cut it into slices if you want to feel fancy, Eat it with your hands if you want to feel honest.
Ew.
And for dessert, pie. You take a Pop-Tart, you heat it up, you call it pie. If anyone questions you, you just say it's a artisan jet.
Yeah.
And the final presentation. Put everything on a plate, turn the lights down low, light a candle if you want to pretend that you're in a restaurant, not a crime scene, and then loudly announce, dinner is served. And it only cost me $6, 3 tears, and half my dignity. Happy Thanksgiving and merry eating.
Yeah, maybe an egg would be better. Yeah, I like that.
So
Thanks, Rick.
now listen,
Yeah.
you're the culinary expert. What are you doing for Thanksgiving this year?
Ham. I told you.
That's right. You
Not
did say
doing.
you were doing
We
ham.
are not doing turkey. Heck no. Not going to do it.
They
Not-
ought to outlaw turkey. They really should. Again,
I
they
mean-
should. Ben Franklin should have made it the national bird.
Really should have made the national bird. We should just eat turkey eggs for a living. Just call it a day. But it's just not doing it. Hey, did you notice, like when you're looking out the window, everything seemed a little off? Well, I'll take from that laughter that the answer is yes. And
Yeah,
you are right, my friend, that apparently the Earth's rotation axis shifted 31.5 inches. That's right, 31.5 inches. Now, this may seem like an awful lot, which it is. It's almost 3 feet. But this is due to the fact that you ever watch an ice skater and they're doing a pirouette, they're spinning around, and then they're spinning at a certain rate, and then they bring their arms together and they go like a top?
Yeah, really fast. Yeah.
Okay. That is due to angular momentum. So what's happening is as the Earth's water that was up at the tippity top on the bottom is defrosting and making its way into the ocean, it's allowing the Earth to spin in different directions. Then you have places like Iran that have ran out of water, right? Now there's no water for it to balance at that point on the planet. The water is now located some other place. We've got these data centers that are sucking up water and spitting out steam in some other place that wasn't anticipated. The Earth has actually shifted by 3 feet. So, what does that mean for you and me? I don't know. I just thought I'd share the story, for God's
Well,
sake.
okay, let's
Back
just
up,
say,
man. Back
if
up.
the Earth shifted 3 feet, right?
Yeah.
All right, wouldn't that bother the foundations of buildings and such if it's shifting that way?
Not really. I mean, it's so minuscule, but it's still really weird and significant that we, as humans, just existing, we've done that level of damage to a planet so ucking big. Oh, jeez, Louise.
God scratches his head and goes, "What the
What the hell are
are
you
they
people
doing?"
thinking? Jesus, Mary and Joseph, they gave you one flipping job to do. And
And
you
it's just
people.
do that.
All right. The big story, of
I
course.
would rather talk about nature's reclamation, man. I hear that
Cow
term,
cheese is delicious. All right.
we
Uh,
call it nature's reclamation.
so the big story that showed up, here it is, Sunday, 11/23/2025. The big story right now is when you go out to buy your turkey, you're going to have sticker shock. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, if it's Sunday and you're just now going out to get your
that
frozen
thing should
turkey,
be half thawed by now.
yeah, you got an issue, dude. So I'm just giving you the
It's
big
not
old
gonna
heads
be ready for Thursday. Oh no! Then you'll get those geniuses who decide to do things like, "Oh, I'll run a tub full of water and I'll run it in there. I'll put it in the microwave." The only thing that you could do now is probably just, fry that thing.
Yeah,
Put it in the fryer.
Put it in the deep fryer. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Move away because all that
Yeah.
water is going to burst out into the oil. Kaboom! 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 You got the SWAT team
There's our safety
over
tip
there.
from the Slade
trying
and
to
Mayson show.
Yeah, SWAT team's over there. Oh, what's the explosion? I'm throwing a turkey. I'm throwing a turkey in
Listen,
the cul-de-sac.
you do know that on Friday, I'm going to take a look. I will bet you dollars to donuts that
Oh.
there are going to be hundreds
Yeah.
of turkey frying accidents.
Yes. People are stupid. All right. Now,
These
also,
are the same people who think, hey, look, see this M80? Watch how long I can hold it.
that's why we call him Two Finger. Snubby. Snubby. All right. Now, on the heels of that story about us transporting the Earth 31.5 degrees off, 31.5 feet. Sorry, I want to make sure I get the right 31.5
inches.
Inches.
Yes,
Sorry,
almost 3 feet.
yes. On the heels of that, as you may have noticed, each summer gets a little bit warmer.
Oh no! Come on, man. That's your imagination.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's the dealio.
Are you about to talk about that stupid false premise about global warming?
Sure. No. So what I've got is instead, for those evangelists who believe for some goofy reason that they're reading 93 degrees instead of really being 83, go get a new thermostat, okay? Maybe that's the problem. But
hey, remember, these are the same people who a couple of weeks ago had us ready for the rapture.
that's right. Now, the other thing is, so what they've done is Cornell, you know, those people who have like brain people, and the seed company.
Oh, you mean, aren't they the same people who make those dishes?
No, this is like Cornell University. Yeah, like the peoples that get around and they sit there with they got their long smocks on and they go, and we're 14. We've developed a system for human beings to be. Okay, it's those people who talk with this is an opportunity for the man to realize. Stop it! Don't. I'm gonna get through this story. Damn it!
No, you're not.
Shut up. And the company Behozin have created a brand. All right, first off, broccoli. Broccoli grows when it's nice and cool. It doesn't like heat at all.
As President Bush made sure he told us about that.
That's
I
right.
didn't like broccoli when I was a kid. I'm not going to eat it now.
That's right. So instead of producing wasted food, which is growing crops and crops and crops, broccoli that can't grow because it's 98 degrees in the shade, what they've done is they've created a brand new Northstar heat-proof broccoli. That's right. It's a new hybrid that can withstand higher temperatures as the planet warms up. Now, that's great. But here's the problem.
And the only thing that's going to be left are cockroaches and broccoli.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having. Because I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. So instead of solving the problem, we build this really cool Band-Aid. Hey, I noticed the blood coming out of your neck like that. Looks pretty bad. Tell you what, I'm going to get some like duct tape and we're going to wrap it around your head and we're going to cinch it off real tight, okay?
You really need to reveal the secret.
It will be tremendous. So that's what's going on.
Freddie, you got to get us out of here, man.
Freddie, hit the button, man. No. Yeah, go ahead, hit it. Ready, and go. Thanks, Freddie.
Man,
well, I don't know.
I'm going to sue you, Mason. I am. I'm going to sue you.
That would be tremendous.
I always end up pained and hurt when I finish doing this show. It's like so.
This story.
Are there any lawyers out there who might want to take this case?
Speaking of lawyers, Kim Kardashian.
Remember.
Can we talk about this? Kim Kardashian.
Oh no, we didn't. Sorry.
Northwest.
We talk about only important things. We don't talk about unimportant.
She has a child named Northwest. You know that.
Yeah, that's Kanye's kid.
Okay. She did a dermal finger piercing for her daughter, son. I don't know what Northwest is.
What is it's a girl. What is a dermal piercing?
That is where you take you go below the knuckle where the meaty part is on the back of your hand, and you shove a rod through there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
Dermal piercing. Nope. No, not gonna do it. No, Ma.
hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going away, listen, you have yourself a very safe Thanksgiving. And regardless of all the things you said, remember, being by yourself is not that bad.
No,
As a
it's
matter of fact, it's got lots of upsides to it. See you next week, Mr. Mason.
Goodbye, Mr. Slade. Happy New Year.
Gratifying.
Restorative.
I think I'm going to go out and find me some freeze-dried broccoli.
I gotta get all the spam out of here.
Oh, that's right. Spam makes great Thanksgiving food.